Okay, guys. So we'll back again with that continue process of Kali Linux installation. As I told you that we'll continue the same screen. All thing is here. Just I cut that video according small size for watching. Okay. It's like you're not getting bored to watch long video. So what we finished in the last video, like what Kali Linux you will select, what installation name, and then we create the virtual machine that is ready here. Kali 231, power off, and all things you can check. Okay, it's the same thing. And here it is detecting Ubuntu that I told you. Suppose if you have any doubt, little bit in your mind, sir, we are installing Kali and Ubuntu, then now you can click on setting. You can change the here. The type obviously Linux, but in that version, the Kali is a Debian. So we also have the option here like Debian 64. You can click that, and this icon you can see for Debian, this is for Ubuntu. So if I click OK, now it's become Debian, and you can see here it's Kali Debian. Rest of thing is same. Let's click on start. So it will start the virtual machine, and we'll follow the installation step. So you can see here we have this Kali Linux installer menu. In this, we find this graphical install or install advanced option like that. Okay. So now when I inside this virtual machine, you cannot see my arrow. If you want to see your arrow, then you can use the right side control key of your keyboard. And you can see my arrow is outside from the virtual machine. And there are lots of different stuff, small things we require to understand that I will create separate series for lab setup for cybersecurity or pen testing. Here you can see timer is started. If you not select anything, then it will by default start with the first option. So if you want to stop that timer, just press up down arrow from your keyboard inside the virtual machine. So graphical install, that means that you want to use your Kali Linux with the graphical stuff. If you remember when I open this computer or we start this video, then it's a Kali Linux homepage. Okay, not here, but click here homepage, or you can click back. This is, and same way you will find the Kali graphically. But let's say if your RAM and everything is low, and you want to use Kali still, then you can use second option only install. That will give you again same features of the Kali. Sorry, not features, but same tools. Features obviously reduce no graphical things, only command mode. And according Kali official document, it is telling that if you want to use normal Kali, that is also known as a core Kali. Okay, that is only require 512 MB RAM, and it is as recommended things. And disk space you require only 2 GB. That is, you can see again in the Kali official website documentation section. Okay, and as a recommended, it is saying that 512 MB RAM and 20 GB disk. Again, Kali version will change. If you watch this video after few months, maybe little bit variance will find in the document section of Kali official also. But right now, this is I'm talking according Kali Linux 2023.1 version. Okay, and what is the pre-requirement for the installation? As we discussed in the previous video, that we require that installer image file, and that we set up here in our virtual machine, and that is the path here 3.6 or let's say 3.61 GB. So let's discuss different option here. Advanced option, if you have already idea about what Kali use, what tools you want to choose, then here you can see dark contrast install menu. If you want like dark color, mostly hacker people like this, black screen and green text, that kind of some option you can choose there. And install with the speech for talking, like automation, or let's say you find about like Alexa and like the voice assistant, small things. But right now we'll continue with the basic not sorry basic, but let's say default option, that is graphical install, which you can easily use. So let's press enter. It will automatically resize small window according the graphics, whatever you have in your machine. And this process, little bit you need to wait. Here I cannot cut this video, let's say make it the install in 1 or 2 minutes. If you want to understand proper install process with all menu, it will take time. And that's why I cut the previous video for pre-requirement. And this is especially for installation. So here you can see it is a simple language option. There no need to do anything, just go forward. You can choose your language. Right now, base by default is English. Continue. Then you can select your location wherever you are. Right now I'm in India. I'll select this. You can select according to your country and continue. Then it will asking you the keyboard configuration, mostly worldwide, or let's say most probably it is like US category in or American English keyboard. If you're different, then you can again choose that. And this all option also you will find different if you select the different location, like not India. Here India is select this kind of things. So just continue. It will detecting your OS path and checking the media and try to mount the install media. Mount, that means what? Let's say we have physical pen drive, we try to attach in computer. So according to computer, it is like mount the pen drive or mount that extra storage. And you can see it will loading the additional component. Here also till this process, I want to explain one more thing, that there are also option of Kali Live. If you remember here, if I click on download, you will find lots of option. Here we have live. In lots of rectangle, we require Kali Live also. If you select that in the first screen of this installation, you will find different. Like we have graphical install, you will find something like live AMD or live AMD failsafe or forensic, like that. Again, that you can put in comment what things you want to see in the next video, will create on demand. So now it is asking the host name, that what machine name you want to keep for this Kali. By default, it is keeping Kali. Okay, but what I use here, mostly I will do lots of practical and forensic stuff and experiment for cyber. So I have multiple Kali. So I need to remember this separately. So I will use hostname here as a Kali 231. That is what 23.1. And mostly I will prefer first word as a capital, so make it Kali. Now again, it is not depend on your installation process. You can choose any name. You can choose your name or someone's special name if you like. That is your choice. Just continue. Then domain name. If you have little bit idea about server and domain, and suppose you have big setup, there is some server, and with that you want to use this Kali, you can specify your domain name. Right now we not require anything, just keep it empty and continue. Now it will check for the network. So if your computer is connected to network, it will find automatically that. Suppose if your machine is single standalone, means no any internet connection, no any local network, it will give you the pop-up that not find the network, and you will choose that I will do configure later, like that option. But right now it is detected according to my computer, and then it will asking for the full name of the new user. The new user, you can again choose anything. Here I'm using, let's say, Kali test. So this is full name, okay? It's not a login username. So normally like first name, last name. According that, let's say I'm using Kali test. Then click on continue. Now it is asking your username for your account. That is our login name. So that you can change again anything. Here I'm using normal test, like a test user. And continue. Then it will asking for the password. So password, you can see good with the content mixture of letter and everything. Right now for making easy, I am using test 123. You can see here again test 123. It should be matched and then continue. So you can see it is not giving any error. It is just a suggestion as an installation. Sometimes what happens, people try to create strong password with the combination during the installation, but when that process going to finish, after few minutes, they will forget. So that's why there are no strict rules during the installation process for password. You can set up anything, simple 123 also. Later on, once we start using Kali, again, you can change and make it secure. As a beginner or during install process, I will suggest keep it simple. Then you will find here 3-4 option for your partition. In that you can see guided use entities with the setup LVM or setup encrypted LVM or manual. So if you have pure experience or you are using this Kali for extra second Kali or you want customization, then use manual. For storage, okay, it is a disk and storage. How you want to store? If you have the idea about Linux partition or file system, then you can set up this LVM. It is a logical volume management, like we have Windows, C drive, D drive. Same, we have also partition of disk that is known as a volume. And in that also we have virtual logical, that is LVM. But again, that is not this video topic. If you have idea, you can select this. With that, if you have encrypted idea, you can select this. I will use again default guided with use entire disk. That is recommended for beginner. Okay. Experienced user can use manual or other option. Again, I'm just repeating. Okay. Just continue again. Now it is showing your hard disk, whatever size you selected. And by default, it is 00. That is showing your the sequence number, slot number. Generally, as a server, all this Kali concept, it is like slot number 1 in that port number 2, like that, this 000. It is saying like 0 number slot and 0 number hard disk. If there is a 4-5 hard disk, then what? 0 number slot and second number hard disk. That kind of you will find here some option. Whatever thing, it is not going any difference in our installation process. But if you find multiple option, then you need to aware that choose your hard disk, which is here saying Virtualbox or VBox hard disk. Maybe you attach the pen drive or any other external hard disk, and by mistake, if you select that, your Kali will install there, and whatever your data in that pen drive or hard disk, that will erase. And suppose by chance you selected that, later after 1 or 2 when you find the idea or get the idea, okay, by mistake I select wrong. And again, don't try to stop there. Wait for the finish installing process. Otherwise, it will corrupt your the destination storage device, whatever it is, hard disk or pen drive. It is better that wait for to finish installation, and then later you can able to recover the data. Even it is erased. That is again forensic different stuff. But suppose if you interrupt in between, then it is definitely corrupt. Installation process is little bit tricky as a storage device. So right now again, we have only one option. I will continue. And whatever we discussed in previous steps, if you don't want any mistake, then I will suggest whatever the extra thing you will attach, remove it, then start installation process. So again, coming here in the partition disk, again we use the guided. Then also you here 2-3 option. What is saying that all file in the one partition recommended for new user. That means again, let's say you are a beginner or student, or let's say just using for practice. Keep this option selected. In background, your hard disk will use one partition only. If you again Linux file system idea how they storing, so what I told you that there is no C drive, D drive kind of concept in the Linux, but we have all different directory with the slash. So if you want that your home directory, that is mostly using for user data, not the root user, but standard user data. So you want to keep it separate, use this. Or you want that user data with the home folder, or variable data, template, all will or separately, then you can select third option. Right now again, I will start with the continue, whatever the default option. Then it will give you the final call that whatever you selected, it is here. Do you want to finish the partition and write the changes? Do you want to save this? Continue. If you see here, whatever the option, swap or that, again, for that you require Linux partition or file system concept. If you want that also from my side, again, you can put in the comment that, sir, please create this video. I'm ready to create that video on demand. Right now, focus on the installation process and continue. Now it is asking if you continue the changes listed below, write to the disk, otherwise again change. So previously it is showing the partition concept as a category of storage. Now here, last confirmation, whatever you select hard disk slot and partition concept, to write the changes. So here select yes and continue. So now it will creating that partition in background, and you can see installation, the base system. So now it will do lots of package decapsulation, or let's say decryption. You can see the lots of name is changing here and installation process is going on. Still it is not started a final installation, okay? Few steps still remaining, so just wait. Right now it is just unpacking all the data and code, whatever we have in the downloaded image file. Once it will decode, or let's say unpackage this, we require to start installation. So here we don't have any other option. We just need to wait. Right now it will not take much more time. Small few second waiting. But after that, for pure installation, we need to do little bit more wait. So the line here that configuring Linux image. Now this process also, whatever time taking my system, that is totally dependent. You are using SSD or hard disk. In there also, how much space you have free, what number of partition you have. If it is SSD, then which kind of SSD, like SATA based or that other M.2 or NVMe. There is lots of different things in the SSD also. So now retrieving and extracting that installing package. Few seconds more. And installing base system done. Now configuring the package manager and select the install software. Here, it will try to detect whatever the install software available according that image. And then you can see here multiple options we have. Now, what is this? Nowadays, as I told you that Kali coming with lots of graphical option also. And again, if you see background, then lots of options. Small changes is there. Right now, let's focus here. Desktop environment, selecting this item has no effect. If you select this or not, again, no effect. What happen here? Your user interface, like graphical user interface, GUI concept is going to change. You can see here, you can customize it by choosing different desktop environment or a different collection of tools. So first 3-4 option is for what? Your desktop environment. And last 3 option it is for tools. According desktop environment, this is by default selected, and this is mostly you will find by default selected because it is Kali created desktop environment, and they mostly try that. You will use that, you can try that. If you again uninstall this, sorry, not uninstall, but unclick, again no effect, your graphical environment will change. So whatever my Kali is look like, your Kali maybe look like different if you choose these 3-4 option anything. And downside it is again collection of tools. Again selecting this item no effect. If you not click this, what happens? That number of tools will less install. Your top 10 most popular tools and some default tools are available in the live system also. So here, if you want that, I want to continue with the most required tools, just keep selected this, other unselect. But I don't require any live environment concept. I don't require lots of tools right now for this Kali. Okay. And same way, if you want to try your genome or KD, that kind of different graphical, you can use. Now, what is better or what is not good? No any fixed statement. If you want to try, just what? Create a multiple different virtual machine and use this different options selected, install that and see the graphical environment. Whatever you like, that you can select. So here, I will again keep it default, just continue. So this will install the software. And you can see that retrieving all the file from the 2463. And it also showing the time, it is less than 50-60 seconds. Now it's around 40 seconds. So again, it is not installing Kali. Now it is retrieving all the file from your image, whatever you download as a requirement graphical software. In the last, it will ask for the GRUB bootloader, which is we require for booting process. Then actually installation will start. Okay. Or small changes here that as a 2023, if they attach that installation process with this, maybe right now it will take 45 minutes if it is a hard disk. And then directly installation ready. Okay, so the timer is closed. Again, it is unpacking. That means right now it is installing. So GRUB bootloader option will find after the installation. Here you need to wait. So for some time, again, you will not listen my voice because it is just installation process. I don't know bore you just listening me. So just wait for the finishing this process and then I will continue. So guys, don't worry that blank screen, okay? It is just normal by default Linux features that if there is no any action, screen is no any mouse moving cursor, no any keyboard play, then screen blank. The installation is still running. You can see in between, if you notice, there is installing Python also, because all Linux by default having Python. Lots of Python script they're running, and it is a Kali. Then there are lots of tools which is working with Python, so it will install. So lots of things it will installing, unpacking, installing pins here, unpacking, installing, unpacking. So it will keep running. Just wait for the few moment more. I told it is like 45 minutes, but it is according normal hard disk. Okay. So as I told you that it has been another thing, it will do faster. So you can see here more than half process done. Just wait for a few minutes more. Okay, guys, you can see here, its installation process now near about finish. Whatever the time I'm stop talking, you can also do the same thing, like forward this video if you don't want to wait. This video, I keep continue so that you can find all the process. It's not like some other machine I started, install process, then stop the cut the video like that. It is just a real live original video continue. So now you can see it is cleaning up. So till now what happened, that we select the image and installation started. So that extracting the file, attach that image with our hard disk, so that file is there, extracting and installing. So later, this also will clean whatever the data, because already file extracted, we not require original file. Like we have zip file and we extract that file. So know that when we extract the file, we'll find the new file and old file, zip file still there. So it's like that, removing zip file. And then you can see there is a GRUB option I told you. So it seems that new installation is the only operating system in this computer. It would be saved if you install the GRUB bootloader. It is what? For the troubleshooting for the boot process. Let's say sometime there is some issue and you are not able to load your Kali, or let's say Kali not starting properly. So that all called out boot process. Once you click the power button and starting your machine until you find that login screen, that all are what boot process. And in that, if there is any issue, then we require this kind of bootloader. So obviously you need to install the bootloader, and generally, normally, it is recommended that use different device like pen drive or external hard disk, install that bootloader there. So that once your Kali is not able to start, you can attach that media and they will load your Kali properly, or it will troubleshoot. Right now I will choose the yes, but as I told you, it is my machine, which is virtual machine created. So here only we have one hard disk, so that I will select. Otherwise, now you can select or other external device, and let's continue. So now it will install in the GRUB bootloader. Okay. Then you can see finishing the installation. And within few moments, you will find that installation complete and it will ask for the reboot. It will not that much time like installing. So that is the bigger waiting where actually Kali is installing. Before that, all the configuration will be done. Then install process we are waiting, and now it will finishing the installation. So here you can see it is showing that install Virtualbox guest. So this also you will not find if you are actually installing Kali in the physical machine. As I started this video, that let's install the Kali in physical machine. Okay. So we selected this installer image. Otherwise, this side we have virtual image. That is actually not a virtual image. It is showing the virtual machine. Here like installer image. Right side you can see virtual machine. So it is ready-made machine. You will find all the extracted file. That's why the size also longer, and you will directly able to use that. It is ready-made installation, and that is not a good option as a beginner. You need to understand how the Kali install. For that, this is the video. Now it is running the update init RAM FS, initial RAM file system. Now simple cdd. So now you can see finish the installation complete. Please choose to continue to reboot. Just continue. Now you can see unmounting file system. As I told you in the beginning, that mounting file system, that is image. So just wait for reboot. And this reboot time also depend on your hard disk or SSD. If you notice here also, downside timer started here. If I not click any up down arrow, again it will start automatically. So if you want to see what is the different here, you can see Kali GNU Linux and advanced Kali for GNU Linux. So again, if you have the idea of different option in Kali, you can continue with advanced. Otherwise, as a beginner, start Kali, choose that. And this first option by default selected. If you not want to click up down arrow, then you will find here timer in your process, and automatically after that second, first option will start. But just for explaining, I stop that process and now manually enter in Kali. And for first time starting, it will take again few moments. Later on, once your computer have all the cache memory and booting process, next time your Kali will start faster. Till that, you will enjoy this all graphical in the Kali. If you notice here, it will give you the login screen, but it will go on automatically because we selected graphical install. If you not select graphical install, just before few seconds, what screen you see, that will stuck your Kali, stuck in the sense that is your Kali without graphics. And now this is your Kali with graphics. So then you can log in here. If you remember that username, password, whatever you create, so that is test, and here TEST, test 1 2 3. Login. Previously, Kali is allow you to log in directly with the root user. There is a root user by default, and you are logged with the password. You get the option to create password. While now, by default, they not allow you to graphically log in with root, and that's why in the installation process, you will find that step that create a username and create a password. And now you can see this is your Kali 2023.1 is ready. Here you will find the multiple screen, like right now this is desktop 1. Then same way, if I want to do multiple tasks, we have multiple different screen and desktop. Not physical display I'm talking. Multiple screen means working area. Just for explaining basically that I just create here one folder. Okay, let's say 123, and I open this window. So we'll find that the screen number one opening this 123 folder. If I click second screen, you will find again empty desktop. Desktop data is there, but open program. So this kind of lots of stuff. Again, if you want to understand before start Kali as a hacking or as a security, but you want to get idea what the different option and features in Kali, again you can put in the comment. We'll also create that video on demand. Right now, this is just for installation. So now it's ready. Okay, you can see here the Kali menu. And nowadays we also have that all tools with the sequence, like for information gathering, vulnerability analysis, web application. Previously, you only have the tools list, and there are lots of tools. Sometimes students confuse which tools we can use for what. So nowadays, it is giving you with the topic name. So lots of things I need to explain in this. If you require, if you have already idea, then just watch this video. Installation process finish. Start using your Kali. If you require any kind of extension for this basic use, just I'm waiting for your reply. So these videos right now, installation process finish. If I do here full screen, you can see Kali automatically become full screen. Previously also, this is the issue in the Kali that not only Kali, but all the different Linux or Windows. So we need to install the virtual machine drivers. But if you remember in the installation process, before we reboot, it is showing you that Virtualbox host 11 or that kind of stuff that is installing the virtualization driver also. It is now properly 100% ready to use Kali. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching me. Have a good day, and we'll meet again in the next video for cybersecurity and pen testing.